Have you ever wondered if you can build some serious, real strength without ever picking up a weight? Well, today we're diving deep into the philosophy behind a super powerful bodyweight workout from the one and only Caroline Jervin. And let me tell you, it's not just about the exercises. It's about completely flipping the script on how you think about getting strong. Let's get right into it.
This quote right here, it really says it all. Caroline isn't just showing us some new trendy workout. Nope, she's bringing us back to a core, foundational piece of her entire training philosophy. This idea of fundamental strength is the lens we need to look through for every single move that's coming up. All right, so what's really under the hood of this workout? Let's deconstruct it and take a look at the simple, but trust me, brutally effective structure that makes this thing tick. Okay, so the engine driving this whole thing is the superset. What does that mean? You're pairing up two exercises and you're doing them back-to-back with almost no rest. Now, this isn't just to save time. It's a really smart way to ramp up the demand on your muscles, making them work way harder in a shorter amount of time. And you're going to do each pair for 2 full sets to really make it count. Now, the timing here is absolutely key. 45 seconds of work, that's kind of the sweet spot, you know? It's long enough to really push your muscular endurance to the edge. But that 30-second rest, that's where the real challenge is. It's just enough time to gasp for a little air, but not nearly enough to fully recover. It keeps that intensity cranked up high the entire time.
And here's where the philosophy just shines. Look at this equipment list. It's so simple, right? Your own body is the star of the show, and you just need a few things you probably already have at home. This proves it's not about having fancy, expensive gear. It's about making real strength training accessible to absolutely anyone, anywhere.
Okay, now we get to the real secret sauce of this entire workout. It's not about what exercises you're doing. It's about the way you do them. We're about to see exactly why how you move is infinitely more important than how fast you move. This right here is the principle that changes everything. The whole workout is intentionally slow. So forget about blasting through reps. The goal here is to be deliberate, to be controlled. You want to maximize that time your muscles are under tension, forcing them to work through every single millimeter of a movement. This, my friends, is where you build real, lasting strength. The push-up is the perfect example of this. So many of us make this one mistake. We lead with our head, kind of like we're bobbing for apples. That doesn't do much for your chest. But Caroline's cue to aim your chest to the floor, it's a total game changer. It's a tiny mental shift that automatically cleans up your form, making sure you're actually hitting the right muscles and protecting your shoulders. Look, moving slow and controlled is basically impossible if your body is all loose and floppy. That's where total body tension comes into play. We're not just working our arms here. By actively firing up your quads, squeezing your glutes, and bracing your core like you're about to take a punch, you turn every single move into a full body exercise, and that generates so much more power and stability.
All right, so we've covered the theory. Now let's see how these big ideas, slow control and total body tension, actually come to life in some of the toughest moves in this workout.
First up is the plank saw. And let me tell you, this is a whole different beast from just holding a plank. By sliding your body forward and backward, you're adding this dynamic challenge that forces your core to work overtime just to keep you stable and stop your hips from sagging. And this little cue from Caroline, this is everything. It's the key to doing this move right. It's not about how far you can slide. It's about whether you can do it with perfect, locked-in control. The real test is to keep a rock-solid, straight line all the way through your body without those hips popping up. So the main workout might be over, but you're not done yet. Oh no. The finisher is like a surgical strike on those muscles in your upper back and the back of your shoulders that we all tend to neglect. You know, the ones that are so important for good posture and keeping your shoulders healthy for the long haul.
And the core philosophy is just as critical here. You're lying on your front, and the goal is to make every single rep smooth and deliberate. No jerking allowed. But the real magic? It happens at the very top of the movement, where you give a powerful squeeze to get the max contraction possible. It is all about quality over quantity, right up until that final rep.
So we've talked a lot about the physical side of things, but mastering this kind of training, well, it's just as much a mental game. This final part is all about the mindset you need to bring to the table for every single rep.
This question right here gets to the absolute heart of the entire philosophy. You have to ask yourself, am I just going through the motions to hit a number? Or am I making every single repetition count? The goal is to be completely present in the movement, focusing on the quality of that muscle contraction.
And this final piece of advice, This is the real key to progress. It's not about making some massive leap every single workout. It's about that relentless desire to make it just a little bit harder. Can you slow it down just a fraction more? Can you squeeze for 1 extra second at the top? That constant, focused effort is what builds incredible, undeniable strength over time.
And that brings us to the big question for you to think about. In a fitness world that is absolutely obsessed with speed, with going faster and harder, could the simple act of slowing down, of focusing on control and really connecting with your muscles, could that be the missing piece in your training? It might just be the one thing that unlocks a level of strength you didn't even know you had.